All right. What is up? 3-6 in the house. Let me know in the chat that you can hear me. I want to make sure that the sound is working good. You may have to turn your volumes up. I think last time the volume was a little low. I did crank it on my end. Thank you all for joining me live. I'm glad you're here. Hit me up in the chat and let me know, yes, you can hear me so we can get rocking. Oh, awesome. My brother Nash. For those of y'all that don't know, I want to give a shout out to Nash. You can see him on the screen there. There is no 360 trader without Nash. 360 trader, this guy literally is the backbone, the spine. I'm literally just the face. So shout out to Nash. Tell him you love him. I love him. All right, let's get rocking. So what I want to do real quick is remind you that this video is brought to you by the greatest and the best in breaking crypto and global financial news, and that is 4cmediaco.com. Make sure that you are following them on Twitter, and that is at 4cmediaco. That's the handle. Check out the website. Put them on alerts, put them on notifications, because literally if you do that, you will not be missing any of the headlines when it comes to crypto or when it comes to global finances. It's absolutely fantastic. And of course, they're sponsoring our videos, so we love them. Let me think what else that I need to cover at the beginning. I think that's it. So basically, this is now 4 weeks of live videos. And if you watched all 4 of them, then you have just validated the legitimacy of the 360 trader, because you have been ahead of the market every step of the way. Yep, absolutely. And that's why I'm here. So the goal here was to provide I wasn't giving enough free material on Twitter. I basically, I came to a point, a part where I realized, because of the way Twitter had gone in the crypto realm with just so much FOMO, FUD, and false narrative, and a lot of people being led astray, I kind of had pulled out for a while and just used a lot of sarcasm and spent most of my efforts just with my 360 Elite. Because it looked like crypto Twitter had just gone to hell in a handbasket. And I basically had a great awakening, was like, that is the wrong approach. That's the wrong approach. So this is why we're doing this. So the goal here with this is to bring not just value, but a level-headed, data-driven approach that is not swung by FOMO and FUD, fear, greed, and all of the other things that literally obliterate crypto Twitter and cause a lot of damage to people. So that's the reason why we do this. And for those of you that have been with us, this is now our 4th week. I'm excited about it. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and put it on alerts so that you know it automatically notify you when a video is coming out. I was supposed to put one out last week. I didn't, because we ended up having quite a few insane winning trades, and I'm talking 100% spot plus, that literally came very, very quickly within the last week. So I am putting out a new trade video, and what that's going to do for you is it gives you an opportunity, especially for those that aren't a subscriber of the 360 Elite, to go in and see what we're doing, how we're doing it, and also kind of gives you some training, because a lot of things out there, especially a lot of alerts, they just give you the alerts and there's nothing behind it. Like, they don't give you any training. They don't explain why they're taking the trade. They literally don't put anything with it. So you're just basically blindly, well, most people are blindly doing it anyway, but I don't do that. Literally every time we take a position, we take a trade, I'm not only giving all of the entry, exit, all of the parameters, I'm literally explaining through price action why we're doing it. So you actually get to see the setup from beginning to end, what we're looking for, why we have the targets, where we have them, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so be looking out for another one. I might even do 2 this week since I skipped last week. Trade videos. These are completed trades, by the way. Yeah, you got to subscribe if you want to actually get the trade. It just doesn't work that way. So, but at least you get to validate and see what we're doing, okay? And all of my elite can verify. Literally everything I put out, there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that can validate everything that I put out on Twitter. So anyway, let's get started. So this time I thought we'd start, instead of starting with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we keep doing that every week, I thought we'd move to some macro charts. So the chart that we have up right now is total crypto market cap. What is that? It's very simple. When you're talking about market cap, you're talking about how much money. That's it. That's all it is. How much money? So what we're looking at is a chart of all of the money coming in and out of all of crypto. This represents, because we're looking at crypto total market cap. You see at the top, crypto total market cap. So this chart includes every item, altcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything, and how much money is in there. And right now we're here. The chart looks very similar to Bitcoin, as it would. Why would it? Because it's been a Bitcoin driven market up to this point. That is why this chart resembles Bitcoin way more. And you'll notice when we look at the altcoin chart, you're going to see some differences. Okay. But the reason why the total market cap looks a lot like Bitcoin is because we're still in the Bitcoin era phase, start beginning of the new crypto bull market. So of course it's gonna. Now we're very close, because what happens is Bitcoin will lose dominance. And this is, I'm literally gonna educate you here. And this is not Bitcoin, but you can, since the charts are the same, you can get the same comparison. Bitcoin will lose dominance. That means it will stop being the dominant player in crypto at or near its old all-time high, which is right here. Okay. So what did we see this last week? We saw Bitcoin actually push to new dominance highs. This is not the dominance chart. I'm just explaining it to you. Yes, we did. And so what will happen is sometime when Bitcoin gets back up into this area, sometime in here, anytime in here, Bitcoin will then hand dominance to who? I'll give you a second. Yeah, Bitcoin's going to hand dominance to Ethereum and altcoins. At which point Ethereum and altcoins will pretty much maintain dominance to the end of the cycle. Now, don't get it twisted. You need to be aware. You might think, well, does that mean this is the high for Bitcoin? Nope. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Bitcoin has always pushed to new all-time highs. While losing dominance. How is that possible? That's very easy. All that means is, it doesn't mean money's not going into Bitcoin, because retail money's going to come flooding into Bitcoin. What that means is, and how can Bitcoin lose dominance when Ethereum takes it, is because more money's flowing into Ethereum and alts than is compared to Bitcoin. It's that simple. Boom, there you go. Piece of cake. So, right now, this is total crypto. Total crypto putting in a 38% pullback. If you look at altcoins, this is much deeper, closer to 50. Hitting the channel top trend line just like Bitcoin is. We got a turtle head, little false breakout up here. And we're working on the resistance. Let's go ahead and move on to market cap that does not include Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you're going to see the difference. You can already see it. This chart represents, let me get it fixed. All right. This chart is, again, total crypto market cap with the exception of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yes. Note the difference. Note the difference. Total market cap was what? Banging on the door of the channel. Altcoins has its false breakout. Its pullback to major demand, a higher low off of a triple bottom. So we have this beautiful, so here's your pullback. And we discussed this last week. So if you didn't watch last week, you need to go do it. You need to go do it. There's the pullback. Okay. Yep. Let me get my green. Let me make this green. All right. Pullback portion, as seen in volume. Bottoming reaccumulation portion. Trips low, back above the median. Higher high, bang, false breakout, pull back to the OB. Held support off the major pullback area and is now pushing on the level of levels. This for me is the chotch. To get the chotch, you go to the high that precedes the lowest low. That means your change of character occurs for me when this is broken. And for me, this represents the death of bears and the final confirmation that the bull market is in fact picking up speed. And this is altcoins, so you can see how much more bullish altcoins is in market cap than total market cap. So you're already beginning to see money begin to flow back in alts, and that's why this looks the way that it looks. So we have tap number one. We get our global liquidation event. This was not crypto-centric, for those of you that know. Higher low, higher high into tap number two. Pull back to major horizontal. Now we're working on tap number three. Tappity tap, 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 tap. This bad boy is going to break soon. Yep, that's what's coming. That's what's coming. All right. Now, let's go ahead and move on to Bitcoin. Oh, I love this. I love it. I love it. All right. We've got some new stuff that has occurred. All right. So everybody already knows about the billions in liquidity. Billions. So here we have one single layer. This is lower, so we have another single layer. Here's a double whammy. Why is it a double whammy? Because you have equal highs, wherein this high never removes the liquidity from this top. Therefore, making this a lot more, a lot thicker when it comes to external liquidity. Does that make sense? That means there's a lot more here than there is at these singles. And guess what we just got? Another double whammy. So this was our first layer. This was our first layer. And we have not taken that out. Instead, we've got our turtle head or our peekaboo above this top descending trend line. For the first time, we got our peekaboo. And as my elite knows, do not expect that because you get a breakout the first time that is the true breakout. Many times you get your false breakout, your final pullback. And that's what we're watching now. So this is why I'm excited. Because this never grabbed this liquidity. This run never grabbed this liquidity. By the way, this is a 35% move for Bitcoin. Of course it's going to pull back a little bit. You got a little bit here. You got one here. By the way, we nailed this last week. We nailed it. Why? Go watch. You need to go watch last week's video. What did I tell you about this pullback? I said there was no volume. There was an absence of bears. It was pathetic, lethargic. There was an absence of sellers. It was unconvincing. And because of that, yes, this is the chart I want to use. Because of that, I knew or figured that the median and the horizontal, you have a dual whammy here of support right there. Yep. So, this is the channel in blue. This is the median. Converging with the major horizontal, which was the support for the pullback phase. And when you have a convergence here on weak volume, I said that. I said this would likely hold. It did. Not only did it hold, it pushed off of there with volume. You have your breakout without polling. External liquidity, thereby making this even more, more impactful when it comes to external liquidity. And right now, we're working on this pullback. I'm going to go back to my other chart and see what we've got. So unfortunately, dum-dums, old school, or new people, new folks that just come to trading, they learn, one of the first things they learn is to trade breakouts. Can you trade a breakout? Yes, but the parameters have to be right for it. This is if you longed up here, you're probably getting wrecked. Okay? Look how low our longs are way down here. And by the way, a lot of my traders, we longed at 57,750. Yeah, way back here. Okay? Once we saw this bottom, we longed this at 57,750. Rode this bad boy all the way up. I told a lot of my elite traders if they didn't want to sit, that they could take profits here. Some did, and some did yesterday. That's a $10,000 move on Bitcoin and leverage. That's huge money. Leverage margin trade, that's huge money. So a lot of them took profits there. It's a great place to do it. So right now we're watching this pullback. It looks toppy here. We're watching this again, a lot of lower wicks here. So what could the market be doing right now? Well, it could be looking to liquidate longs. And by doing so, also, and all of my elite know, you want to know where your liquidity is. Okay? And we have two areas of inside liquidity. Now, there is something I want to bring up about these. Does that mean we're going down there? No, but we could. So we could come down here. This would liquidate a lot of leverage longs and form a triple bottom on this higher low. So remember, this is still a higher low. Boom, you have 1, 2, move up. This could pull back if it really wanted to wipe out a lot of long leverage. Now, it may not go this deep, and it would fill these FEGs. And this would be a great place to have a hedge short. What is a hedge short? It's just a short. It's called a hedge because let's say you have a lot of longs, a lot of margin longs, and you want to mitigate that risk. So what you would do is you would place a very smart hedge short going in the opposite direction on something like Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin did move down here, you can make up money if you get stopped out of some of your longs. It's just a smart thing to do. But again, that's the basics of it. There's a lot more to it. You still want to play your hedge very wisely. You don't just randomly throw it up to see if it sticks. But that's just something for my elite. I'm just letting you know so you have that information. This would be a great place. If you had a lot of leverage longs, I would be hedge shorting this somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where. And you can make decent money if this decides to pull back. Okay? All right. So that's what we're watching right now. So is this a potential? Yep. Does it have to do this? Nope. Why wouldn't it do it? Well, it may not pull back that deep because there are some significant areas of support. And there's one right there. All right, right now, this one has been tested. Boom. Okay. Will it hold? Don't know. We do have a bearish engulfing on the daily. I want to make a note yet again because just like on this pullback, I want to show it to you so you know I'm not just talking smack. You need to know. This was the volume profile for this pullback. Weak. That's why we knew this would hold up as support or why we surmise. You never know anything in the market. Let me say that again. You never know anything in the market. All right? Only the market is right. However, you can put the odds in your favor if you understand price action. And based on this volume, this pathetic, weak showing of bears, it was highly likely that the median that I showed you before and that horizontal would hold up as support. It did. So this could bounce here, get another double top or another hop, and then push down. It could, absolutely. Or this could go ahead and descend to this level, hold up, and then push. Either way, the ball is now in the bears' hands. It's up to the bears. Again, just like I showed you here, the ball was in the bears' hands, and they did not show up. And yes, you have a bearish engulfing there, but let's look at how weak that was. Look at that volume. I mean, that's a no-show, folks. And remember, you need to separate liquidation volume from spot volume. So we could get a liquidation event and have a high volume bar, but you have to know what percentage of that is liquidation and what is true spot selling so that you know if you're in a capitulation or distribution type sell-off or if you're just in a liquidation event. It's how we know that all of this has been accumulation. You understand that? Because spot selling has been weak sauce. And all of your high volume stuff has been liquidation sauce. Do you understand the sauce? If you don't understand the sauce, then you don't understand anything. It's all about the money, baby. So this is what we're watching. Yep. Let's take a look. Oh, and you know what's coming up here. I mean, it's a matter of time. Billions! Say it with me. Billions in liquidity. And it's enough to send this puppy into the 80Ks when it happens. All right, let's move on to Ethereum real quick, and then we're going to call it quits because I have been yapping now for a long time. Nash said keep these nice and short because it'd be easier to post and we can post them quick, but I'm long-winded. Once you get me started, it's hard for me to stop. So we're long on Ethereum, of course. We long these lows. You see how this is where you long. You don't long breakouts. All right, you got a breakout of the pinch. See the blue pinch, price pinch? We got the breakout, and then we're getting this pullback to retest the pinch. This could come back inside because there is an FVG in here. There's an inside liquidity, and it's right to the median. So the worst case, this comes back in. This is where I would begin to look for longs, leverage longs if you had none. And why would you be doing that? Because you're looking for the ride to 5K. Yep. We already have a set of entries here. We're going to continue to rack and stack entries as the market gives it to you. Now, you don't enter these on big, nasty red candles. You wait for a sign of reversal, a potential reversal before you take entry. So the question is, and by the way, look at the sellers. Look at all that panic selling. Oh my goodness, whatever shall we do? It's just not there. All right? It's just not there. So anyway, this is what I mean. You have to stop following narrative, stop following fear, stop following hocus pocus, and look at the data. The money doesn't lie, okay? Money doesn't lie. That's what you need to be looking at. It's more than just candles. You got to be able to read volume. You got to be able to read money flow. All right. So we have this pullback. We could go deep here, or this could hold up and off we go. And let me explain this to you. Write this down. 2850 is the death, the nail in the coffin for bears. 2850. And there's a nice fair value gap there and another beautiful one up here. So we're eventually going to break this. That is eventually going to hold up as support. And it is over. Where have you seen this already? You've seen it confirmed on the altcoin market cap. You've seen it confirmed on Ethereum. It's confirmable on Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing. It's literally on all the charts, and they're all saying the same thing. That's it. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, baby. Here comes the boom.